What's going on, guys? Joe here, Bountiful Gardens, Hillsboro, and we're heading up to the first week of August. How in the world does time go so fast? Right now, all of our midsummer blooming perennials are bursting with color and buzzing with pollinators. So now is a great time to slow it down, take it all in. And to get the most out of your meditative garden time, it's best to know your plants as well as possible. Last week, we took a close look at Echinacea and hardy hibiscus, two perennial classics. This week, we're going to take a deep dive into the characteristics, needs, and histories of Rudbeckia and Agastache, two of my all-time favorites. Let the learning commence. To me, nothing screams classic perennial favorite quite like Rudbeckia. There are many different species of Rudbeckia, and in general, it's known as black-eyed Susan. They come in all different heights and textures. They like to be planted in full sun with rich, organic, well-drained soil that retains a little bit of moisture. So it would be good if you add an inch or two of mulch on top of your plants. Another added benefit of black-eyed Susan is that it does tend to self-seed. So if you plant it in one spot in your garden this year, you might be pleasantly surprised if you see it pop up in another next year. To zoom in a bit further on this family of wildflowers, let's hand things over to Dan and Glenn.
If you're looking to plant Rudbeckia, we've got tons of selections, so I'm sure we have the right one for your garden. In front of me, it's brown-eyed Susan, or Rudbeckia triloba. This is one of our locally native black-eyed Susan species. This one grows about 4 to 5 feet tall and gets about 3 to 4 feet wide. This one also is a little bit more drought tolerant, so it can range in moist soils to dry soils, and it can even handle clay. Another one of the Rudbeckias here at Bountiful Gardens is Rudbeckia fulgida, or Orange Coneflower. We have the straight species, but we also have cultivars like Goldstrom and Little Gold Star. We also have Glitters Like Gold, which is a new one that is highly disease resistant. This one is native throughout northern United States and is also native to New Jersey. It's also highly drought tolerant. Another one of our Rudbeckia species here at Bountiful Gardens is Rudbeckia subtomentosa, and it's known for its skinny, tubular-like petals. It's a United States native and tends to like moisture soils. If you're looking for a tall Rudbeckia, this one's the one for you. This one is called Rudbeckia maxima, or the Great Coneflower. This one can get up to a whopping 8 feet tall. Unlike the other black-eyed Susans, this one tends to bloom a little bit earlier, starting in early June, and it will have the elongated cone, which is great for our migrating birds. Another one of our Rudbeckias here at Bountiful Gardens is Rudbeckia laciniata, or the Cutleaf coneflower. This one is easily one of my favorites because of these beautiful blooms, how many pollinators it attracts, and all the bird species it hosts. This one can get up to a whopping 10 feet tall. It can grow in full sun, or it can grow in shade. It can grow in average symmetric soils, all the way to wet soils along stream banks and swamps. This one is native throughout all of New Jersey and native in the United States west until the Rocky Mountains.
So all species of Rudbeckia are great for restoration projects. All of our native species are great at self-seeding, which makes them an excellent choice in a garden setting. They are great companion plants for big blue stem asters, milkweeds. They also look great with Joe Pye weed, and they're also extremely important for all our native bird species as well, such as the goldfinch.
Thanks, guys. Now for some fun facts and medicinal notes, let's go check in with Ike and Amelia over at Bountiful Gardens, Ewing.
Not only is Rudbeckia a great native perennial to add to the garden, it has a long history of being used medicinally as well. The root was commonly steeped in teas and used to treat infections and other internal ailments, and it was ground up and used to treat snake bites too. The rest of the plant, not so much. The leaves and stems are covered in tiny prickly fibers, so you wouldn't really want to eat them, and the seed heads are actually poisonous to us humans, so maybe leave them for the birds. They love them.
These are Rudbeckia. They're a fast-growing, sun-loving perennial here in New Jersey. Rudbeckia are a late summer blooming plant, and they are great as a cut flower. Also, as a fun fact, they're one of the first plants to start growing back after a wildfire.
With so many sizes and textures to choose from, there's sure to be a Rudbeckia that's perfect for your garden. Up next is another classic perennial that's beloved by almost every nectar and pollen-loving critter out there. You know it, you love it, Agastache. If you're looking for a low-maintenance perennial that checks off just about every one of those boxes on your list, Agastache is the plant for you. I just absolutely love this plant. Everything from the variety of color choices and sizes to its deer resistance, the scent that it gives off, and the long flowering period. This plant is pretty much the perfect plant for any perennial garden. This plant is going to be its happiest, planted in rich, well-drained soil with tons of sun. When you work in a nursery, you get to know the plants really well. And when you're walking around every day looking at all the different types of plants and the pollinators that are attracted to them, my eye always goes to Agastache. This plant basically speaks for itself. If you look next to me, you're going to see dozens of bees swarming all over this Agastache, which makes it a must-have for your perennial garden.
There are two main types of Agastache here at Bountiful Gardens. We have the taller blues and purples, and we've got the shorter oranges and reds. If you're looking to attract more hummingbirds to your garden, you want to plant the oranges and reds. If you're looking to attract more bees, you want to plant the purples and blues. Comparing the two types of Agastache, you can see that on the red and the orange, they have a longer, more tubular shaped flower as compared to the purple and blue. That's why hummingbirds tend to go for the red and orange, and the bees tend to go for the blue and purple. In general, Agastache is native throughout most of North America. And if you're looking for the right one in your garden, try the shorter, rosy-posy one, which is great for sun and drier areas. Whereas this purple haze is better for part sun to full sun, as well as a little bit moisture soils. And if you're looking for more of a wild look in your garden, I recommend planting purple haze, as this will reseed within your garden. But if you want a more contained look, I recommend planting ones like this blue fortune, which don't reseed and will stay pretty compact.
Hummingbird mints are great for hummingbirds. They have the right shaped flowers for hummingbirds to feed off their nectar. They come in a beautiful array of all different colors. My favorite one's the black adder. Agastache is also great for mass planting. I love Agastache tea, I tell you what.
As you might gather from its common name of hummingbird mint, Agastache is actually in the mint family, meaning it has a lot of really great herbal and medicinal benefits. Like mint, the leaves of this plant can be steeped in teas and used to treat coughs, colds, stomach ailments, all sorts of things. And they can be ground up and applied as a paste to the skin to treat rashes. They can also be used culinarily, since they have a flavor somewhere between licorice and mint with a light sweetness to them. The flowers are especially good sprinkled onto salads.
These are Agastache. They are a low-maintenance, sun-loving perennial here in New Jersey. They are also drought-tolerant and deer-resistant, and are known as a native. Agastache have incredibly long-lasting blooms that work great as cut flowers. Another fun fact is that they are known to repel cabbage moths and flea beetles, which make them a great companion plant for any vegetable garden.
Rudbeckia and Agastache deserve to be a part of any perennial plant palette, and you'll find no better selection than right here at Bountiful Gardens. Thank you for joining us on another deep dive into two must-haves for your garden. Our channel has grown tremendously this summer, all with your support. So if you like our content, make sure you like this video, leave us a comment down below, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of these amazing videos that we're making for you. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.